then inshallah we can give whatever's left out today, and inshallah next week we can have more copies ready. Page number 52. Whether you have a book or not today, it does not matter. You still, whatever I will say, inshallah, you will be able to understand. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Is there anybody who's not regular, who makes intention to be regular, to be here next week as well? They can get a copy. You do? So come forward. Is there anybody else who makes an intention to be regular? You? Okay. He's become irregular for 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 days, two sessions. Okay. Yeah, right. This is the second part only, Okay, inshallah. Those who have taken it, the payment for it is that you will be here next week as well, inshallah. That's the minimum payment. So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, page number 52. Those who've just taken a book right now, we're inshallah hoping to get to page number 61, 62 today, but we're still in the first book. So if you have the copy of the first book, by all means use it. If not, then inshallah we'll be heading into the second book today. So page number 52. Respect of parents. Observe complete respect and reverence to your father and mother, for they are most worthy of your consideration. A man came to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam and asked, Ya Rasulullah, man ahaqqun nas bi husni sahbati minni? Whom deserves the most brilliant of etiquette from myself? The most brilliant companionship, the most brilliant togetherness and attitude. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Ummuk, your mother. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Thumma ummuk, then your mother. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam again for a third time said, Thumma ummuk, and then your mother. And after that he mentioned, Thumma abuk, then your father, as the fourth. Thumma adnak, and then those that are closest, then those that are closest in terms of status and level, like the parents are. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, He mentioned general reverence of the parents and respect of the parents. Then He mentioned the mother specifically and the stages of pregnancy and the wahn and the da'af, that she goes through the weakness. And in the hadith here, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam mentioned parents 4 times. However, the first 3 times He mentioned the mother, which means that the mother deserves so much more, 3 times more consideration, softness, your humbleness, your humility, your generosity, your kindness, your compassion, 3 times more than your father. Does that mean your father does not deserve kindness and compassion? No. We're just saying that the general instruction of being kind to your parents, that la taqul lahuma uff, don't even say uff to them. This is for both parents. Yeah? وَخْفِضْ لَهُمَا جَنَاحَ الذُّلِّ, be humble to both of them. This is general instructions of Quran. But if you were to categorize and say who deserves more than the minimum that both deserve, then the mother would come 3 times first place. Then the father would come first place. The mother will come 3 times first place. So mothers, they must be shown that level more of respect. And if you do so, then you will be following the words of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, narrated by Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim rahimahumullah. Sayyidina Hisham ibn Urwa radiyallahu ta'ala anhu recounted that his father related to him that Sayyiduna Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu saw a man walking ahead of another. So Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu saw a man walking ahead of another. So Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu asked him, Ma hadha minka? How is he to you? Meaning, what is your relationship with him? What are you to him? What is he to you? So he said, he is my father. So the son was walking ahead of the father. He said, this is my father. So Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu said, فَلَا تَمْشِ بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ. Don't walk in front of him. Don't walk ahead of him. وَلَا تَجْلِسْ. And if you are to sit, وَلَا تَجْلِسْ حَتَّى يَجْلِسْ. Then don't sit until he sits first. وَلَا تَدْعُهُ بِإِسْمِهِ. And never address your father by his name. Imam Ibn Wahab rahimullah ta'ala has related that a student of Imam Malik bin Anas rahimahullah by the name of Imam Abdul Rahman ibn al-Qasim al-Utaqi al-Misri rahimullah said that Imam Malik rahimullah was once engaged in teaching. He was once engaged in teaching. The Mu'atta of Imam Malik rahimullah, so his own compilation. He suddenly stood up for a long while whilst he's teaching, just stood up. And then he stayed standing and then sat again. The students were a bit dumbfounded by this. They didn't know what to understand of this. So when he was asked why he did so, he answered, نزلت أمي تسأل حاجة فقامت وقمت لقيامها. My mother came to ask me something. So she was at a distance, so indicating towards him. The students can't see the mother, they're facing the teacher. So she came to ask me for something. So when I saw her standing, then I stood up out of respect because she's standing. How can I address her need whilst I'm sitting and she's standing? No, I stood up. What did it say? Qumtu. I stood liqiyamiha, because of her standing. Falamma sa'idat. And then when she left, jalastu, then I sat down. The revered and honored tabi'i. Tabi'i are those people who were next after the generation of the Sahaba radiyallahu anhum ajma'een. Tawus ibn Kaysan rahimahullah said, Inna minas sunnah. It is from the sunnah. And yuwaqqira arba'atan. That you revere and respect 4 groups of people. This is from the sunnah, he said. Number 1, al-alim. The alim, the scholar. Wa dhu shayba, and the old man, the white-haired man, the old man, the white-haired man. So when we have white hair, we shouldn't rush to, number 1, remove the white hair. So we're talking about not your head but your face, the sunnah, the beard of our Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It's wajib to keep sunnah because it's an action, like praying salah is the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But what does that mean, it's the sunnah? Does it mean it's sunnah so it's okay you leave it? No. When we say sunnah, we mean then that it was the practice of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the regular practice. So the beard is a sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is a regular practice. But that doesn't mean that you choose when to keep it, when to trim it, and when to completely take it off. No, no. The way in salah you don't have a choice. Salah is fard. Yeah. But the witr that you pray is wajib. The witr you pray is wajib of Isha salah. Similarly, in the same level of category of necessity is the beard, where it is wajib to keep. Meaning, if you miss your witr salah, you will be sinful. So if you remove the beard, you will be sinful. You will be sinful. You'll be sinful. So, if you have white hair, then don't remove. There's an extra reason why you should not remove your beard. Why? Because the honor that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you, you will lose it among the people. And in the other hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentions, that inna min ijlalillahi ta'ala, and from honoring Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is ikrami this shayba, is to honor the white bearded man. You will not get this honor from the people. Allah has given you this status and you won't receive this status. So that's one. And the second is that if you do need to dye your hair, then she has already seen you. She already knows what's under the dye. She knows my Buddha will soon die. She knows what's under the dye. She knows the true dye is there. So then, this is from the signs of aging. White hair is from the signs of aging. We're not saying it's haram to dye hair. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying it's haram to dye hair. Yeah, but to use the black dye for men is not allowed. Black dye, black dye, black. But if you use a mixed dye, then in the mixed dye, the black must not be the dominant color. So you must remember this. So in percentages, when you look at the ingredients at the behind the mix, then the black must be less than 50%. Then this is allowed. Yeah. So jawaz is fine. Yes. It is different whether you are considering to marry again or more. Then of course you would want to look younger. This is an absolutely fine reason to dye your hair. So, number 2, Dhush Shayba, the white bearded man, the elder. Number 3, Was Sultan, and the leader. And number 4, Wal Walid, and the father. And this is what's relatable to what the topic we're discussing. They mentioned from the Sunnah, it is to respect 4 groups of people. And the 4th one he mentioned was the Walid, the father. The father. Then he said, وَإِنَّ مِنَ الْجَفَاءِ, and then from disrespecting is أَن يَدْعُوَ الرَّجُلُ أَبَاهُ بِإِسْمِهِ, and from disrespecting it is that when the son or daughter address their father by his name. This is from disrespecting. And Imam Ibn Abdul Barr rahimahullah says, وَبِرُّ الْوَالِدَيْنِ فَرْضٌ لَازِمٌ, and to honor the parents and be good to them, this is fard, lazim. This is compulsory and this is necessary. وَهُوَ أَمْرٌ يَسِيرٌ عَلَى مَنْ يَسَّرَهُ اللَّهُ لَهُ, and this is very easy to do for the one whom Allah has made it easy for. You will see in this world, those who honor their parents, they honor them properly. And then those who don't honor them, they don't honor them at all. Yes, those who don't honor, they don't honor. No value for parents, no respect. None of what we have said they practice upon. And then those that honor, they hold them like, on their heads. So whoever Allah makes it easy to honor their parents, truly, for them they will say, it's no big deal. What do you mean that my mother's called me and I'm leaving you guys and I know my food's unfinished but I'm going home? What do you mean that how can you leave your food and it's hot? And what do you mean my mother's called me? And the friends are looking there, but how it's a burger. Are you not going to finish it at least? Are you not? No, I don't. They can't understand. They just can't understand. How do you honor like this? But Allah has made this easy for them. Yeah. When Allah makes easy to honor, honoring becomes very easy. So ask Allah that Allah give me the ability to honor my parents. Allah give me the ability to honor my parents. Give me the ability to honor my parents. وَبِرُّهُمَا, and from honoring them, so listen carefully, and from honoring them is this: خَفْضُ الْجَنَاحِ, to be humble with them, وَلِينُ الْكَلَامِ, and to speak softly with them, وَأَلَّا يَنْظُرَ إِلَيْهِمَا إِلَّا بِعَيْنِ الْمَحَبَّةِ وَالْإِجْلَالِ, and that you do not look at them but with the gaze of love and honor. Never look at your parents in any other way. They're not your enemies. They don't mean to hurt you. Never look at them in any other way besides love and honor. وَلَا يَعْلُوا عَلَيْهِمَا فِي مَقَالٍ, and do not raise your voice above their voice when you are talking to them. إِلَّا أَن يُرِيدَ إِسْمَاعَهُمَا, except for the case when it will be considered disrespectful to not raise your voice. But this is also in servitude, is when they only listen aloud, meaning their hearing is less. Meaning the only way they can hear you is if you speak loud. Then to serve them is that you speak loud. Otherwise, you will hurt them, cause inconvenience to them. وَيَبْسُطَ أَيْدِيَهُمَا فِي نِعْمَتِهِ, and that you give them complete access to your wealth. And that you give them complete access to your wealth. Meaning, my father, I would not have existed in this world. My mother, I would not have existed in this world if it was not for you. I and whatever is li, whatever is for me. And as students, li is for possession. Yeah. Ana wa ma li. Wa ma liya. Yeah. Me and what I own is all for you, because I would have never even been in this world if it was not for you. So what I and whatever I am about is all sacrifice for you. Because without you, I couldn't have even been in this world. If it wasn't for you, Father, who has this trait of intelligence, you're very good at maths. So I see that I'm very good at maths, and today I'm a chartered accountant. So Father, if you may have not had this trait, then maybe Allah would not have blessed me with this level of excellence in numbers. Oh Mother, if it wasn't for your caring, then maybe I would have grown up malnourished. I would have been weak. So today, I am working, and physically I lift this and I do that, and I've got this job and I'm doing really well. But if you had not nourished me, that I would have grown strong, then I would be weak today. Then maybe this job would have been unsuitable. So whatever I have to my name because of this job would not have been there. I wouldn't have even had this job. So me and whatever I own is all yours. Just say the word and you have it. Just say the word and you have it. And then he further mentions, وَلَا يَسْتَأْثِرُ عَلَيْهِمَا فِي مَطْعَمِهِ وَلَا مَشْرَبِهِ, and only offer them, when you serve them, only offer them the best of your food and drink. This is birruhuma, this is respecting. If they ask for a drink and you have a very expensive favorite, you put that first, even if they don't like it. But that's first, because they know that this is also very, very valuable. Whether they choose to refuse it, that's their choice. But you have very expensive drink, very expensive food, like natural and organic this and organic that. But when she asks you to make that sweet dish or that biryani or that mutton curry which she really likes, then you don't use organic meat. Use the normal shop meat, because I'm going to have to make it a lot more and send it to that house. We're not going to eat it. So just use the normal meat. No. from being good to them is that you use the best at your disposal when you are serving them. May Allah give us tawfiq. One should not walk ahead of one's parent, nor should one speak first to them when it is their right of doing so. One should try one's utmost to avoid upsetting them and should seek their pleasure as much as possible. Pleasing one's parent is one of the most virtuous acts. One must hasten to respond to the call of one's parents. If one is engaged in nafil salah, one should shorten it and respond to them immediately. This is from the rules and regulations of salah, that when you are in nafil salah, you are even allowed to break your salah just to answer the call of your mother. When you're nafil salah, meaning unconditionally you can break it, even if her need is not great. But if her need is great and you are in your fard salah, then you have one of two options. Number one, you hasten that salah and you complete it quick. And number two is you also break your fard salah as well and you answer to her need. One should only express kind words to them. In return, dear parents now. Shaykh Abdul Fattah Abu Ghudda rahimahullah is now addressing you parents. And there's only one paragraph for you. That's it. There's so much for them. So one paragraph for you. This is a plea and a request. Do you know the summary of this request is that don't make it hard for them to respect you. Don't make it hard for them to obey you. Don't make it hard for them to love you. Don't do those things that makes it a challenge for them to serve you. So you know that what they need to do. Then try to behave, speak, and portray yourself in a way that serving you becomes easy for them. I know you want their Jannah. I know you want their Jannah. But it's not just that they have to do all the work. Yeah? Because all the commands are upon them. But you can make their path to Jannah easy for them. And you've done it all your life through many, many ways. But this is a very important way. Why should you? Why should you? I'm not saying you can't. Why should you ask for that glass of water when you know your son's just come back from an intense football match and he just stepped into the home and he's shattered and he goes onto the sofa like, oh. And at that time, I know you're thirsty. Maybe you are. At that time, you have this need. Why put him in that position and like, better go get me a cup of water? Why? Why do you want to test him for? Why? Because look, if he doesn't listen to you, he's going to become disobedient. And if he becomes disobedient, he's going to get sin. Why are you making his path to Jahannam easy for him? Just control yourself. Don't exercise your power then. Don't exercise your license to be respected then. Just save it. You look at him, it's difficult. You know he's going through financial difficulty. You know it's hard to put his pennies together. You are too struggling. Why ask him then? Can he borrow me 500 pounds? Why ask him then? Go ask your friend. I'm not saying, we've just said that him and everything that he has is all yours. That's for him to understand that. But why must you put him in that position for? Why must you ask him for that money then? Don't ask him. Do without it. Do mujahada. Do sacrifice. Because if you ask him and he refuses, then you're going to put him in a problem with Allah. You're going to put his relationship with Allah in problem. Why do you want to make his life hard for him? Why do you want to make her life hard? Why do you want to make your daughter's life hard for her? Why? So be easy. Be easy. Everyone knows your rights. And nobody knows your rights more than you do. But you don't have to exercise it anytime and every time. Why? I'm going to show who's boss in the house. I'm going to earn this respect among 10 people. So all the guests are there. All the guests are there. And at that time, you say to your son, come, recite the Quran in front of everyone. Now all the elders are there, and by all means, he may be becoming a hafiz of the Quran and everything, but he's had nothing to raise his confidence. He had no training, nothing. And there you're going to say, recite. Now he's in an absolute tantrum, because if he refuses to listen to you, he's disrespected you. regardless of, even if nobody was there. But the fact that 10 people are there now from the family, how does he even say no to you, even if he wanted to say no to you? And now if he says no to you, will you tolerate that? So why put him in the position? The better way would have been to be having a family gathering. It's happening in a week's time. I'd love if you can recite Quran. I love the way you recite. Your Ustad has praised you so much. Shall we do some practice? Is there an easy surah that you prepare him? That's okay. And then if he agrees, then he agrees. That's fine. But then on the spot, don't put them in these kind of situations. Don't put them. The more you can do without your children and live independently, live. When you become dependent and then they move away, then you will lose the stick that you were just resting on. You are going to fall. It's going to hurt you so much. And if in that hurt, you make a dua against them, then their entire life will become ruined. A parent's dua is never rejected by Allah. There is no hijab. The hadith mentions there is no hijab for 3 categories of people. ثلاث دعوات مستجابة. Yeah, mustajabatun. There are 3 du'as which are readily accepted by Allah. And there is no hijab between them and Allah. And one of them is du'a'ul walid li waladihi, the dua of the parent for the child. Whether you make it lahu aw alayhi, whether you make it in his favor or you make it against him or her, your dua is going to go straight up. So why put your children in that position that they can hurt you, and then you get hurt, and then you make dua against them, and then when you see them suffer, then you cry and they cry as well? Why are we going through this? Why are we being so childish? Why are you being so foolish? So don't hurt yourself. So rely upon them as least as possible. Make your own way. If you can live on dal and roti, live on that. But don't ask for their help. Don't ask. Just don't ask. If they come begging to serve you, then it's your choice. You may take that servitude from them. But don't want it. Don't ask for it. Allah is yours. Allah was yours when you had parents and you were a child. Allah was the one who helped you and fulfilled your needs. When your parents passed away, and when they passed away, if they're not living or they abandoned you, Allah was still yours. Allah still kept feeding you. You do not need your juniors and your children to survive. You are much stronger than that. And Allah has shown you that when you truly depend upon Him, He takes care of you. So put your reliance in Allah and show Him that Allah, I'm still relying upon you. Oh, even though I have means to use as my stick like my children, but Allah, I will only use you as my stick. Like I've done all my life. All my life. Behave like this, be like this, and inshallah your life in this world will become easy. We just conclude by this, inshallah. In return, the parents should assist the child in his endeavor of being kind to them. By the parents being more accommodating and understanding, they would be assisting their child in their effort to being obedient to them. For indeed, when it comes to fulfilling the command of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, it is only with the assistance of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu that people can obey Him and fulfill His commands. Subhanallah, this first week we have fallen short of the target of 8 weeks. It's just because the parents' topic is very much close to my heart. So when we talk about it, I can't control myself. We have to speak about it. So inshallah, next week we finished off part 1 of this book, and we will, meaning the copies that we've got, and then we move over to the second copies which are distributed today. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first of all give me, then the rest of the ability to act upon what has been said. May Allah save us from disobeying our parents. May Allah make us obedient to them. May Allah reward our parents for all the goodness that they did towards us. If they are alive, may Allah keep them healthy, and may Allah keep them happy with us. And if they have gone to the mercy of Allah and left this world, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make their graves a garden from the gardens of paradise, and may Allah help us be obedient to them even after they have passed on. May Allah make us such that we do good deeds, and those good deeds are the reward of that they receive. And may Allah assist us in being good to those people that were good to them when they were alive as well. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanallah al-azim. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Your book is there, inshallah, don't forget. Don't forget your book.
लेकिन अगर आप दूसरे रकात का रुकू नहीं मिल सकता तो सुन्नत को छोड़ बाद में
His house, someone died